The World Chinese Economic Summit was held in the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Malacca as a fitting tribute to ancient Chinese explorer Cheng He's groundbreaking efforts in bringing trade and business opportunities to Malacca and other parts of the world some 6 centuries ago. Today, China's trade with the world has become the driving force of the world economy. Participants of the summit discussed the trend of China's trading activities, as well as the immense potential in China's globalization efforts.
All the world has been acquiring China's products for many years. There is a surplus over there, and now China is actually investing that surplus in other regions of the world. I know a lot about the investment of China in Australia, in Africa, in Europe. And I believe actually that without those investments, the world economy would have gone much slower on what we are doing at the moment. And I actually believe the economy is picking up, thanks also to the support of the Chinese economy investing overseas.
You have to understand Chinese history. In the past thousands of years, they've been kind of insular, but only very recently they've begun globalization. Right, they are globalizing supply demand, try to bring back materials, making friends. I think Chinese are overall learning pretty quickly, and China will continue investing across the world in strategic countries and territories and businesses that's good for their country, for win-win.
Chinese investments have poured in Malaysia since the Malaysian government's call for its counterpart to balance up local investments in China. Chinese investments in Malaysia include the purchase of 1MDB's Edra Global Energy Berhad, an equity stake in Bandar Malaysia, the setting up of the China Railway Engineering Corporation regional headquarters in Bandar Malaysia, as well as the financing of the East Coast Rail Link project by China, as well as many more mixed development projects by Chinese developers. China's government has also started buying more Malaysian government securities. The opposition parties have ridden on this latest development, claiming that the Malaysian government is selling off the country to China. The participants at the summit said everything should be fine with the Chinese investments in Malaysia.
I don't have enough data to say anything here, but one thing that I would say that Malaysians have taken a leadership role in ASEAN in dealing and working and building relationship with the Chinese, and I think it overall is doing a good job. Malaysia is doing a great job.
It's important that the Chinese investments are supporting not just the financial objectives of their investments, but are supporting also the welfare of the people on which country they are investing. We should not refuse any investment just because they are coming from one or the other country. We should actually look in each investment, see what are the positive externalities of that investment.
However, the Hourglass Limited senior advisor, Dr. Janny Chan from Singapore, said that any countries should be wary of China's loyalty.
I would say that China are going through with small enterprises and not just the big companies. The difference between America and China is that China is so big, everyone is entrepreneur, and everyone wants to be part of the bigger world. So investing in infrastructures and building relationship, of course, as a strategy, I think is good. The question now is, if China is using money to buy, can money buy loyalty? Then my next question is, how do we trust Chinese government? If you look at, from my perspective, in the early days when they opened up, it's the Japanese actually that invested. And I think about 3-4 years ago, they were anti-Japanese. And I did question, how can you trust China? They said we want peace and harmony. But when you want peace and harmony, why do you, when the government don't do it, they get the people to do it?
At the summit, Second Minister of International Trade and Industry, Datuk Sri Ong Kah Chuan, said Malaysia and China would achieve a trade of 640 billion ringgit in the next few years, and that China would expand its investment further in Malaysia.